And, well, I just sort of contemplate your next move. Speaking of such, Varric brings it up. So what's the plan now?
Do we know that we're all... Can't speak. Do we know that we're all dead? Eventually, yeah.
I mean, you have no way of confirming they're all dead, but you have, like, you've closed off all access points. You don't see any more smoke, like, puffing out of the ground.
Okay.
It's as confirmed as you can get, without going down there yourself to check.
Alright.
The question is, are we gonna go down there and check?
No.
How are you going down there now, especially?
You can if you want to, but...
It's mostly a death sentence, probably.
I mean, yeah, now. Fucking smoked it out and collapsed it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty confident in Samuel's ability to rip down a cave. Look pretty badass. So... Do we know about the troll?
It's up to Rush into, like, because in Ten County, only Witchstalker saw it, but Witchstalker communicated that telepathically to Rush in.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. You guys don't know until Rush in tells you.
Alright, in that case, let's camp, guys!
That, or you guys can follow the trail yourself, if you guys are suspicious of it.
What time of day is it again? Sorry.
Let's see, so if I remember correctly, I said it was like 2 hours before sundown, so 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Our daylight is fading. Perhaps we should consider finding some place to set up camp.
Yeah. Get some food together or something.
Would be wise.
No, that would be wise.
Sorry, I was thinking that joke too. I didn't want to make it.
Yes,
Someone was gonna make it.
that is what he said. It is wise.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Being scared.
I just like stand in the corner and be like...
Varric's like face palming his like plated helmet. He's like,
Anytime the word wise is mentioned and it's not referring to her, I will make it a reference to her.
What was that, sorry?
Don't worry about it!
I feel like it's probably not the best idea to set camp underground, right? Abigail brings up. So where do we set up then?
Is there somewhere a bit further in? The forest?
Perhaps.
You guys are surrounded by forest.
It
Well,
appears
yeah, just kidding, dumb question, I suppose. Sorry. Continue.
It's up to you guys.
Russian, were you saying
Well,
something?
I don't know if it changes anyone's opinion. It appears Witchstalker has found a rather large troll.
A troll?
Is it heading in our direction?
No, it is headed away from us. And he would just point to like the ground, but it is leaving the trail.
Yeah. Gross. It smells disgusting. Like, it doesn't just look disgusting, it smells disgusting.
Like the
Can you
trail?
imagine how far away the troll is?
I think I said like, I want to say half a mile?
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Roughly half of a mile. Probably could get to it before nightfall if we needed to.
Are there any chances that...
I'm gonna totally bomb for a watch out. If we go after, we're gonna lose daylight.
Hey.
I don't want to start setting up camp when it's already dark.
Probably best just...
I am certain we can follow it in the morning if the trail is this obvious.
Yeah, that's not really gonna be hard to find.
What if it finds us, though? At night.
Exactly.
What if it turns back?
That's what I'm thinking.
Mind you, it could be going off
yeah,
to
that's a
find
good
somewhere
point.
to sleep. Yeah.
Is the trail on both sides of us?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh, does it like
heading
form like
one way,
a U?
but also the other way?
No, you only have the one path.
It occurs to me that a creature leaving this obvious trail would have very little to be afraid of to be so obvious.
You set up a fire. you start cooking food, it might come back.
Normally predators hunt in circles. That seems likely.
I mean, if you're worried about firelight, I can just dig a underground fire oven. It's fine. And the smell? I can't do anything about the smell.
We could perhaps set up a trap around our encampment, choose our fighting ground. I would rather do that than walk into whatever it is.
Well, if it does come, wake me up first.
Why? Did it matter? Don't tell me you're trying to negotiate with it.
And you would speak in giant, saying,
Yes, it does.
That's what I was afraid you'd say. It doesn't seem like I understood you, but it's a matter of you did exactly what he thought you would do.
I mean, to be fair, we were debating on going to talk to bugbears earlier today. I don't think there's much of a stretch.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They got a point, love.
Well, we can maybe just go. If it comes in our direction, then we'll let Rasheen have a go at it. But I don't particularly want to be digging into a bloody smelly thing, you know?
Hey.
I mean, it's going to take weeks to get out my shirt. I mean, just think about it.
You have someone that can magically clean your clothes.
I forgot.
Yeah, and Menius is just waggling his fingers.
I feel like we have this discussion every few hours. Why don't you have that spell if that's such a concern to you?
Well, because somebody else has got it, you know?
Yeah,
No point in concentrating on two separate things and... Or, like, double booking the same spell, if that makes any sense.
It's fine, I love to feel needed.
That's our spell.
Ah, yes, I've heard of this double booking. Nice to have context.
Like there's a sexual innuendo there somewhere, but I'm gonna ignore it.
Yeah.
Just keep trucking.
Well,
Was that sarcasm?
I could find us a place.
Off you go, you're the one that can... You're the nature guy.
You take one way, I take the other. Let's see who turns on the best results.
That sounds fine to me.
She just immediately just begins scampering off. Be back in a sec!
Is it bad that when you said scampering, I just imagined her running on like all fours?
Yep, yeah, like just from the fucking ring,
Oh my god.
skittering away.
What does the hobbit has in his pockets? Said Abigail. Roshan, roll survival with advantage because of Witch Stalker. I will roll the
I
same.
would lean down and whisper something into his ear.
I mean, you can just telepathically speak to him, can't you?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh shit, you're right.
Not far. Cheating. Cheating.
Oh my god.
Who said that? Who said that? I need
Damn,
to
you
know.
didn't even need the advantage.
Ouch.
Oofa doof.
Wow.
Oh my god, no.
I'm on the wall.
Are
I'm
you doing a
terrified.
murloc?
Oh my god, I'm getting
It's kind of my
shivers.
lucky.
Oh god.
So, about only 20 minutes pass before Abigail comes back, and she just has, like, she just shrugs, like, and then you guys are like, not disappointed, but you're like, damn. And then, like, 3 minutes after that, Roshan and Witch Stalker come back. Obviously successful with 21.
I believe I have found a place suitable.
Alright.
Either way.
Glad I didn't place money on that.
So, you guys have been trekking off in the northeastern direction. They're not following the trail or anything, but it is just something to know. It's more north than eastern, but you know, if you have both, it's northeastern. But yeah, you eventually, shut the fuck up. I'm talking here. You guys eventually you sort of end up inadvertently getting to the last destination, so to speak, of the river that you guys passed earlier. You guys are going to be camping by a grove in the center, which is a sizable pond. Gentle brooks, wisping down into it. So yeah, you guys got water. You guys got clearance space in terms of lack of trees for lack of ambush, stuff like that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, as he pulls up, we're just like, we've seen the unfortunate side of nature. Perhaps you should get more acquainted with its beauty.
It is very lovely.
Abigail immediately goes to the water and begins checking it, seeing if it has any impurity, so to speak. Content with what she finds, she just pulls off the cap for her water flask. No, water skin. That's the term. Always forget. Begins filling up water on one of the streaming water brooks.
It is amazing finding drinkable water on the ground. It is beyond thought.
Pulls out hydro. Abigail would be the sort of girl that had a hydro flask.
Of course.
Life straw.
Yeah, I can agree with you there, but I think my reasons are probably very different from yours. So I don't know.
I can only guess at your reason, but I can understand the sentiment.
Alright, so is this where we're spending the night?
On most of it.
And then
Perhaps we should set up some
Alright.
traps as well around camp so we don't...
Barry, your services are required!
I mean, it's up to you guys.
I just assumed we're going for ditches. That's usually what happens.
At the very least, we could set up something to make noise that would alert us.
I have a couple of bells.
I can set up some traps.
I will gladly help if it makes it quicker.
Which stalker can help you find any scents that may indicate a traveled route?
Do you guys see Witchstalker off in a patch of flowers, and he's just patting the ground, trying to just not stomp on it, but yeah, so basically patting it down.
You look so cute.
The flower motif does not. The flower motif does not suit Witchstalker.
I don't know, if you look at it from a certain angle, it's kind of like, aww. It's a very specific angle, though.
Just raises his head, he has a squirrel in his mouth that he crushes a skull up.
There it goes.
Anyways,
I can. Those of you that want to set up, quote unquote, tripwire alarms or traps or whatever, roll survival.
I will help someone else with their effort.
I can attempt to help somebody.
I'll help Eric dig.
I can set up the alarms.
Oh yeah, you have the alarm.
Yeah. Samuel does just the that.
I'll say I'll accept Wise's help and just basically show her around, pointing out different sort of flowers I know and stuff.
Oh.
You two are just crouched over the flowers.
Yeah. What's this one?
Some of these flowers have medicinal properties, not for wounds or anything like that. Not they're magically cause a wound. That's some alchemy shit right there. But some of them do have just general medicinal properties for
don't get infected.
Yeah, help things prevent infection, help with constipation, help with a stomach ache, help with a headache, stuff like that.
Wait, no, that's not here.
And this one, bro, will get you fucked up.
It's
Puff,
got,
puff, pass through,
Pipe
come
got
on.
nothing on this.
If you're thinking about the devil's lettuce might help with all those symptoms I just said.
Eh.
Constipation,
not
headache,
infection.
stomachache.
Not
Those, bro.
Well, that's,
That's what you
any
think.
kicking around? Is there any kicking around then?
Oh god.
There's not, no.
Yourself? Oh, damn it.
I'm sure Roshan has some. But yeah, Abigail coming in strong.
I would take Sandra would take Tandem's help setting up not a ton but a few alarm traps so that Samuel doesn't have to spend like the next hour trying to set up alarms.
Here's one alarm spell, walk 3 feet away. Here's another one.
Ba-doop, ba-doop,
I guess it'd be 10 feet. I think it has a 10-foot
wow, 2
cube.
Let's go.
Don't the alarm spells only last like an hour? Or is that me?
They last 8.
Doing it?
Yeah, alarm spells last longer.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Just had a thought there.
Shotgun bog river to the. There's an alchemist concoction, which is basically that. So
You're not wrong.
mending my asthma, my dude. Mending
It
my
tastes
asthma.
terrible, but
Depends on the person that makes them. Connor tastes like shit, but
why?
that's because Connor doesn't really care about taste of stuff. Like he grew up in the woods. He doesn't give a shit.
He knows
But,
it tastes awful, he just doesn't care.
Varric is a bit more civilized, so if he made mending my asthma, I would probably taste more akin to a cascus.
Ooh, lovely.
It can always be prestidigitated.
This is true. Although I don't think you want to use a prestidigitation in the middle of combat when the mending my asthma would be helpful.
Held
we're
action.
Really picky eater.
Get that cantrip.
Should make it good.
Okay. So after you guys split up the quote-unquote chores, the roles, the labors into basically teams of 2, as you guys brought up in the previous session. Varric doesn't dig any trenches this time because since the rest of you are busy getting,
Oh.
he knows other things. Well, since the rest of you guys are busy like setting up traps and basically securing the perimeter with said traps, like Varric takes it upon himself to get like firewood and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him with that.
Yeah.
And he gets ambushed in the forest.
After I'm done. Setting.
Between Abigail and Roshan, you guys can handedly feed the entire group.
Yeah, I was gonna say, after I'm done with those, I'm gonna go to the lake. Look and see if there's like any like
There are
logs into
fish.
the water.
There's some. Yeah, there are. They're not like massive. Actually, if a tree falls near a lake, it would. I take that back. Then there are a few very long, like basically like entire tree trunks, as well as a lot of like assorted debris at the bottom, driftwood basically.
All right, he would take off his armor and his shirt and like roll up his pants a little.
At this point, the fire is
cracked.
crackling. You guys are all back, by the way.
He would just put his arm in and just try to noodle for fish.
Oh, he's catfish noodling.
I was gonna say there are fish in there. You have the Outlander feature, so no roll is involved with this. You're sort of just waiting for it. Give it a moment. Oh, and you pull it out. Like everyone's like sort of like getting ready to sit down at the campfire, and then you fucking pull out a massive catfish, I don't know, 3 feet long, so basically, so a yard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of how the conversion goes. And everyone just starts staring at you as you hold it triumphantly up in the air, and just like wagging and flapping, like just on your arm.
We have to know.
Yum, yum.
I have never seen that before. Wow.
Yeah, that's
I don't think I need to see that again. Bear just looks back into the fire and chucks another log into it.
You just noodle a catfish?
Yeah.
Right,
He did just noodle a catfish.
Hell
That
yeah.
does not fit with my like internal image of Rasheen.
Yeah. Because Rachin's a really brawny individual. This
Yeah, I think-
catfish, like, it's like, it can't bite all the way up to, like, his elbow or anything, just because it's, like, it's not that big a catfish, and he's just so brawny, so it probably bites all the way down to, like, his like, wrist.
Well,
But, you guys get dinner sorted quite handedly.
I am certainly not complaining.
Deep fried catfish.
Catfish sounds really good right now.
I probably would hate it personally because I don't like seafood.
I'll take
Well, lucky for you, they're not from the sea. They're just disgusting bottom feeders.
Oh yeah, that makes it so much better. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you.
Yeah, they are pretty gross. You can catch them with feces.
Oh.
Noted. Not something I don't think I
Not
probably
something
could
we're gonna
remember
discover.
inadvertently, but
Which
yeah.
it makes it all the worse because they don't have scales too, so they don't have the natural ability to fend off toxins in water.
Do they have a
No,
slime
when you-
float?
They're pretty
What?
goddamn nasty. They're like the
Yeah.
boars of water.
There's garbage cans of water.
Luckily, this is a freshwater catfish, I guess, and there's no pollution in the world. Yay!
Would there
Pure
be
mountain
magical
catfish.
pollution?
Two-headed catfish.
Well, magical pollution, would just be like a quote-unquote naturally occurring mutation, as opposed to
Basically,
like
like
chemically induced mutation.
It's like how a dam is considered green energy, even though it destroys half the environment around it. Okay.
Shut, worth it. Anyways,
Not. But anyway.
I
Don't
take
go
out
with
the gem box, a paper, ink and pen, and I start making some designs on a piece of paper.
okay.
Okay, that reminds me. What was that spell that we bought last time? 'Cause I don't think I've learned that one yet. I can't remember what it was
Magic
called.
weapon.
Magic weapon.
You-
Yeah. Can I try and like learn that?
I'll allow this once, but in technicality, when you guys were doing all that stuff, you didn't say you bought the ink for that spell.
Oh,
I will allow
yeah.
it this time. I will allow it this time, but just going forward, you have to say that you would have bought in the ink and then would have intended to copy it later. But I'll allow it this time. It's fine.
Okay, sorry. I thought we bought enough for both.
No,
Never mind.
no, it's fine. You can do it. I'm just saying for future reference, like you guys will have to say it.
Okay. Alright, thanks.
So yeah, you begin copying down, like start taking note of Tandem, busting out his own pen and paper, and doing his own work. You follow suit.
Alright.
And then you guys are all chilling, content with the several alarm spells, tripwire traps, and everything that you've dug around the general perimeter of this place. You guys actually feel pretty damn secure.
Yeah, I would say Russian would just go lay down and sort of like relax in the flower bed.
Aww.
Ha, nerd. Is there any... I just realized I have 2 books on the stand. Is there anything anyone would like to do? Or, if not, I can begin the watch process. Anything?
Watch your
No, the gem I'm making a design for is a sapphire. That's the only.
Okay. Then, what is the watch order, my friend?
I'll take the first one since, or someone can join me.
Eric is probably going to take last, I say.
Alright, I can join you in that one, so I don't really want to break my focus of that.
Or rather, he'll fill whatever role. If you guys don't pick something, then he'll take last. But what is it, Tango? You want to take watch, Tango?
Oh,
keep
if I
everyone
could
up.
take watch with Varric, that'd be dope.
We'll say you take first watch then. Or actually, did anyone else say they want first watch?
Fred?
I
Yeah,
like yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll take first watch. Finish up my
Okay.
design.
And then Russians will take second.
I'll take third so I can do some of my spell.
Okay, so last watch then for Varric and but basically 4 3-hour shifts. In technicality, you guys could just like put one person for 1 hour apiece if you guys have enough people for that.
We almost do.
But you definitely do. Like I think only one person would have to take a 2-hour shift in order for it to get like 8 hours. Because I think there's like 7 of you, unincluding Witchtalker, who doesn't need to sleep.
Wait,
'Cause-
Varric, Abigail. Me,
Does that mean
and
all of our watches would be at advantage no matter what?
Wise?
Well, no, I think he would just be.
Yeah, there are 8 of us.
His own thing.
I think he would just have his own separate role.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
All right. So first up on the chopping block, Tandem. It's just you and Witchstalker and the sapphire in your hand.
That's an innuendo.
That's not really until you point it out. Now it can be misconstrued as such. 14.
Fortunately, my skin color is not blue.
We say that for Avatar.
The dead party adventure.
Now we say that for the Avatar parodies. I mean, alright. Your watch passes uneventfully. Witchstalker is just sort of like staring at you while you do work. Initially it's slightly like nerve-inducing, but after a while you sort of get used to it. Ow. Like he just stares at you, like, and you follow his out of the corner. You follow his gaze, and his eyes are locked on the sapphire in your hands, but he doesn't say anything. But yeah, your watch passes uneventfully. Second up on the chopping block, I believe it is.
Yo.
You and Witchstalker are chilling at night, and then, he inquires like, "Why the flowers?"
That's a good question. You see, our friends found Arminius and Wise have never been in nature, never experienced her beauty.
He tilts his head at this. Is like an unheard of, that's a concept he can't possibly ponder. But we're always nature, always in nature. How is such possible?
Some people have only known the civilized life.
He spits. Civilized. And he tucks his head down onto his paws. Just a quick whoa. And then he just chills.
Yes, it is not the life for me. This is an opportunity to be an ambassador for nature.
Which I didn't say anything past that.
You just get up, stretch out a little, wiggle his toes in the sand or dirt for another second, and then put his armor off and begin walking around.
So, taking a patrol walk, essentially.
Yeah, boy, luck shifted today.
You do hear out in the forest a tree getting sundered down, timbered, what have you. Other than that, nothing.
It's going down.
Does this sound like a broken or cut down?
Sorry, fuck. I'd say it's more closer to broken.
Okay.
Maybe. No, I'll flip that. I'd say cut. It's a really weird circumstance that's knocking it down. So.
Okay, so it's like cut.
Oh no! There's not a noise of. It's more of a just suddenly you just hear.
Okay. Alright, given that knowledge, you would just go back to the campfire and prepare a bowl of food in case someone decides to come up.
Witchstalker hearing the tree. As soon as the tree begins falling. I'm drunk. I knew I shouldn't have spiked this coffee with vodka.
A poor choice. Should have went with spice.
Yeah, across from the pond where you take a patrol around the pond essentially. You see Witchstalker sit up and perk his ears. You guys see each other from across the pond, and you both sort of decide or get an idea of what it might be, and then just sort of both go back to chill. You prepare some Some catfish. Catfish stew.
Mm.
Yeah, that's essentially it. Like, you don't hear necessarily like what caused the tree trunk to like begin falling. So like as we were just talking about, you don't hear like an axe hitting it over and over and then it falling. It's more of a the tree itself hitting stuff on it's already way down.
Okay.
Ow, Tango, you're by my feet. Ow. By my foot. I should have spiked my cup. Ah, you can still do it. Still have a chance.
I don't have any Baileys, sadly. I should have got some.
Damn.
Now you know what to purchase. Put
God, I want some though.
Put it on your grocery list.
Be a real alcoholic and just
Now that I live
random
within,
booze into it.
yeah, well, I live within walking distance of everything now, so I can just
Ooh.
be drunk all day if I want.
Yeah, that's a productive lifestyle.
Yeah, speaking of which, I just saw a former playmate was ended up having like her skin start to eat itself because she drank vodka for like 24 hours a day.
What the fuck?
What?
Her skin began. Oh, yo, that's an idea right there.
God, no. Ambrosia just makes your skin eat itself from alcohol poisoning.
Kind of.
Yeah, I always figured that when you drink ambrosia as a you sort of die. Like your body begins like ODing essentially.
Tiny mouths all over your skin as it starts eating itself.
Yeah. No, that's the Eldritch Horror ambrosia. That's the black ink. Anyways, though. Rashain, other than the tree felling, your watch passes uneventfully. Next up is Wise.
Hello. I'm ready for action.
You're awoken. Ready indeed.
Apparently
You're awoken by Rashain, and then you take your turn by the fire, and just you and Witch Doctor. And you note that he just sort of stares at you for like the entire watch.
Because like, what? Put something on my face.
He continues staring at you. He didn't say anything, he just stares at you.
Okay, this is okay. Hi. Do you want to fish? I can't fish. Well, okay. I'm just gonna like sort of shuffle around a bit and just.
Yeah, you sort of turn away from him. It's like being in public transit and there's like a homeless dude staring at you. You just try to ignore him.
Yeah, okay. Just knows my book. I'm sort of writing down, copying down.
Please don't
shit
pee on the
and,
bench. Please don't pee on the bench. Please don't pee on the bench.
Please don't start publicly masturbating. It's probably the
Oh,
more
that's
LA
even
thing,
worse.
isn't it?
Oh my god.
That's the more LA thing, definitely.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I went to Chico. I didn't get that.
I ever tell you guys my spy story with the LA public transit?
No, but I need to
No?
hear it now.
I'll interject it really quickly. So me and a friend, we went to a museum because he had to do like an art paper or some shit, and I, as a good friend, went with him. And it was literally just us making memes of all the medieval pictures, like all the medieval memes. Like there's a guy getting stabbed, and it's like, ah, shit, not again. Yeah, we just did that all day. But we're supposed to meet a friend, and that friend was supposed to, drive us back from LA. Except our friend basically had like 2 flat tires in the span of like 3 hours. It feels bad.
Jesus.
So we had to take the last train out back to his place, back to his neighborhood. And when we got on the train, there was a guy, very well dressed, blue suit, who's just knocked out in a single corner seat. Like there's no other seats next to it. He's just, it's in the corner right next to the door. And underneath him is this leather portfolio and briefcase. And he looks like knocked the fuck out. And I'm like, this is my. I don't go to LA. I've only been to LA like twice, just by living so close to it. This is my first time on public transit, but nonetheless, I know the stereotypes. I was like, this is probably just fucking drunk out of his fucking mind, and I was just leaving him alone. Whatever. Fast forward 2 stops of like the 10 we had to go through. He just like the door opens up, and he's next to the door. He grabs the doorway and just like pirouettes, like he just 270s out and then onto a bench that's there. I'm like, and then the door closes and then we get moving. And I was like, oh shit, that's his briefcase. Oh, that's
a bad sign.
No. It gets even worse. Fast forward another 4 stops, and there's no one here. There's no one. It's literally the last train out.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. 4 stops after that gentleman in a blue suit departed. A different gentleman, similarly well dressed, in a black suit, or more like a dark gray. He turns around the corner. He's outside the train. He turns around the corner, crouches down, grabs that guy's briefcase, and then leaves. And then doors close. And I saw that, and I was like, that's a different.
You saw
that's a different. Yeah, that's a different guy than the one I just saw. So yeah, that's my spy story. That's my spy story. That is my CIA dead drop story.
That is definitely very spicy.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yep.
Gonna be a
And then I told my friend that, and then I told my friend what happened. Like after we got moving again, he's like, he didn't notice it. He was sitting on the side where the door was, so he wasn't in vantage point of it. And then he just told me like, you better not tell anyone that. That's some spy shit. And now here I am telling it to you guys. You guys are not the only ones I've told it to, and I haven't been assassinated yet. So that's pretty good.
Apparently, it wasn't that important.
Yeah.